Will Bitcoin pump, dump, or will it hold? Today, aabangan natin ang ating weekly at ang daily candle close. Hi guys, welcome back to another Gab's cryptocurrency video where we trade by data and not by hype. At today, aabangan natin ang ating daily close at titingnan natin ang magiging possible movement ni Bitcoin. So today, titingnan din natin ang short term. Ano ba ang nangyayari ngayon sa short term movement natin? We will look into different altcoins. Titingnan din natin asa na nga ba tayo sa ating weekly close, sa ating weekly time frame. That we will dive into the different fear and greed index, pati sa altcoin kung ano na ba tayo sa altcoin season. Kung ito na ba ay altcoin index na ba, ay nasa gitna na ba tayo ng Bitcoin season or altcoins. And then, yeah, we will look into the different scenarios at saka update natin kung ano na ba yung mangyayari sa mga iba't ibang scenarios. So yeah, if you can see my stream, please uh, comment down below if naririnig nyo ako, guys. So let's start first with the Bitcoin short-term price. So for the Bitcoin short-term price, as you can see, meron tayong head and shoulders na nag-form. So may shoulders, head, and then shoulder. And then ang estimated target natin for the head and shoulders is by getting the target from the head, from the top of the neckline up to the bottom, mula dun sa bottom na head. And then nilalagay natin siya sa point of breakout. So sa ngayon, wala pang point of breakout na nangyayari dahil yun nga may movement tayo dito na nagaganap. And then other than that, we are also forming a rising wedge. So a rising wedge is traditionally a bearish sign. So a bearish pattern would indicate that we would go down. So we would get the estimated target from this rising wedge by getting the top resistance up to the bottom. Tapos ilalagay natin sa point of breakout and then konting adjustment papunta sa pandang half niya. So if we would get this dump, we might go actually down to 32 to 33,000 US dollars. But sa ngayon, we are currently playing out this movement. So we are going down from the rising wedge. So as of now, we are actually breaking out of the rising wedge going down. Pero there are some things that you should note, guys. This might be a fake out. This is a possible fake out dahil if you will be looking into the RSI, we are getting we are about to get oversold kasi pababa na tayo ng 50 index sa RSI. So this means this is a best buying opportunity for, hindi naman best, this is a good buying opportunity for other people. Pwede siyang mag-pump. If you're going to look at the MACD, you might get a cross indicating na we might get a pump if this receives a cross. Looking at the 200 moving average for the hourly, we are actually above the 200 moving average, and this might be a possible retest lang, and we might still go up. So we might get a big support in here. And if you're also going to look at the 4-hour time frame, in the 4-hour time frame, we are actually going up, pero we are getting a bearish signal for the MACD, the 4-hour time frame. And then below the 200 moving average pa rin tayo kay 4 hours. Pero kung titingnan natin yung mga ibang moving average natin, we are currently bullish and we are on the support for the moving averages. So kung titingnan mo, 20 C50 moving average is actually a big support sa position natin ngayon. Kasi yung 50 moving average has been a strong support and resistance in the past few days. So ayun, nakita mo naging resistance siya dito. Naging support, 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 support. So this can actually be a support in cases when we did not get a rejection. So it is still possible na mag-pump. Pero kung titingnan mo si ating daily time frame, we are getting a bullish divergence So this bullish divergence is indicating na we might get a reversal. So pag reversal, tataas siya. So so yun yung inaabangan natin kay daily time frame. So we are expecting a movement from this part. And it could actually take days bago tayo mag-pump kasi it doesn't necessarily have to pump right now. Tingnan din natin yung mga iba pang signs kasi meron din tayong bearish signals na nagpa-flash such as this bearish divergence na nangyari ngayon kay hourly time frame. So a bearish divergence is an increasing price with a declining RSI indicating that's a trend reversal to the downside. So this is a short-term bearish signal. Pero other than that, yun lang yung nag-iisang bearish signal na nagpapakita dito. All signs are all pointing into a pump. Even even in the 4-hour and the daily time frame, puro pump yung kanilang indication. Sadyang dito kay very short term, dun tayo nakakakuha ng bearish signal. So, we'll have to wait this out at 8 a.m. kung ano yung mangyayari. Sa next 8-hour and 4-hour candle close, dun natin maaalam ang ating possible movement. So, what's up everyone? Good morning and welcome to the live. So, we are actually waiting for this if it will pump. Will it dump or will it hold? So yeah, that's the Bitcoin price for the short term. So abangan natin siya. And let's look into the macro scale naman. So in the macro scale, I've actually given you three scenarios. So first is the V-shaped recovery, the reaccumulation phase, and the midterm bear market. So sa ngayon, we are actually not sure if alin ba yung nangyayari ngayon, but as of this moment, this is currently a V-shaped recovery. Kasi kung i-zoom out mo siya, we are actually getting this parang letter V na movement. So, gawa natin siya ng V type, ganyan. So, that's a V-shaped recovery. So, yun yung ating first scenario. So, that's a V-shaped recovery dito sa weekly, ganyan ang V-shape. And the other one is the reaccumulation phase. So, ang reaccumulation phase, pag nagkaroon tayo ng V-shaped recovery, pwede siyang mag-dump. And then pump, dump, pump, dump, pump, dump. So, ganun si reaccumulation phase. This would indicate na mag-reaccumulate tayo. So, an example of a reaccumulation phase is parang yung kay Cardano. So, if you are going to look at this daily time frame, nagkaroon tayo na reaccumulation phase kay Cardano. So, similar to what happened in this area. Ganun yung possible scenario na pwede natin makita once nagkaroon ng rejection and then pump dump, pump dump. So at first, aakalain mo na V-shaped recovery, pero pag nag-dump siya sa ating resistance, doon natin malalaman yung ating reaccumulation phase. So what are the things that we should consider if this is a V-shaped recovery or a reaccumulation phase? First, if nag-bounce siya, that's a possible indicator for V-shape or reaccumulation phase. Pero if ang nangyari if pagka-bounce tas na-reject siya, that's a dead cat bounce. So ang dead cat bounce, ibig sabihin niya is hindi natin nakuha yung ating price movement. So let's say bumagsak siya, nagka-bounce, tapos na-reject siya ng ating EMA. Makikita mo nagkaroon tayo ng ng lower peak, lower high, indicating that's a dead cat bounce, and this is a sign of a midterm bear market. So that's scenario 3, the midterm bear market. Now, a midterm bear market ba is it going to be long? It might be, pero it's not going to take years, unlike the traditional long-term bear market. Yung bear market na ganito is something like this. Pagka-bounce, it will just try to catch up with 21-week EMA. So we might actually stay within this area. Pwede din tayo bumaba ng konti. Let's say around 28K. So that's still possible for this scenario sa ating midterm bear market. Pero that will only happen if we get a rejection dito sa 21-week EMA. So dun lang natin malalaman na tayo ay nasa midterm bear market. If ang nangyari naman ay pagka-bounce natin, dumiretso tayo dito at hindi na bumaba, parang dito sa previous move natin, that's the V shape. Pero if ang nangyari nga is ganyan, rejection after ng V shape, that's a reaccumulation phase. So yun yung aabangan natin dito, guys. So if may question kayo, guys, you can leave them down below and then we'll try to check them. Approximately ilang buwan, sir, ang kung V-shape recovery, if titingnan natin sa historical data, the V-shape recovery actually took us, tingnan natin, 20 weeks. Pero from the point of this area, 18 weeks. So that's around at least 3 months bago tayo mag-recover. Short-term bear market, hindi siya short-term bear market, mid-term bear market. If mid-term bear market, let's look into the 2013 chart. Mid-term bear market, that's mula sa point of recovery, that's around 24 weeks or more or less. Around 4 to 6 months ang ating mid-term bear market. Sobrang saglit lang nun, guys, kasi kung iisipin nyo, mid-term bear market is just a small phase. Kasi tinan mo, hindi siya mababawi pa naman siya eh. Pero if you're going to look into the bigger time frame, it is still long-term bullish. Kasi this indicates that we are just halfway through the market cycle. Ganun din, ito naman yung reaccumulation phase. Isang maliit lang na movement dito sa 2017 cycle. And then ito yung V-shape recovery. May chance po ba na magkaroon ng longer altcoin season? Yes, may chance. If scenario 2 happened, the reaccumulation phase, doon tayo magkakaroon ng longer altcoin season. And speaking of altcoin, let's try to look into the Bitcoin dominance. Kasi since we are now pumping and we are going, uh, tandaan nyo guys, yung scenario natin para masabi natin na tayo ay nasa altcoin season. So first is, if andito tayo sa area na to, if Bitcoin is playing around this area, this would indicate a healthy altcoin season. If andito sa baba, altcoins will dump. And if andito sa taas, Bitcoin will pump while altcoins bleed. So yun yung lagi natin sinasabi. So sa ngayon, andito tayo sa area na to. So that's why nakita mo si Matic, si Polygon, and other altcoins like Cardano pumping. It's because we are in this area. So that's why we are pumping. So yeah, let's look into the Bitcoin dominance. So BTCD. So currently sa Bitcoin dominance, we are currently going down. In the weekly, let's look at the daily. Down pa din tayo, so this is still indicating that we are still in an altcoin season. Let's look at the very short term. Altcoin season pa din. So this is looking healthy for altcoins. Tingnan natin kung gaano siya kalayo siya pwede abutin. Pwede pa tayo po, may chance pa tayo na umabot dito for altcoins. So this is still healthy for altcoins. So let me know if nakikita nyo sa section below. So currently we are now pumping for Bitcoin. Tingnan din natin yung mga ibang altcoins ngayon. Let's try to check other altcoins. So BNB, let's first look at BNB. Nakita natin ngayon na nandito tayo ngayon sa ating 200 week, 200 moving average for the hourly. So we are getting this small pump. And kung titingnan natin si BNB, meron tayong falling broadening wedge. So a falling broadening wedge. And to get the next move, kailangan natin kunin yung top to bottom or bottom to top. Then lagyan natin sa point of breakout, indicating you can see a 500 US dollar BNB. Let's try to check at Ethereum. Ethereum is still pumping regardless of the small term pullback. So we are above the 200 moving average, and we might go back to a higher price. Let's try to look at Cardano. Cardano is above the 200 moving average and is pretty stable as of the moment. So kung titingnan mo, meron siyang resistance around this area. So we are actually getting that resistance for the 1.8 US dollar area. Let's try to look at LTC. We are also above the moving average. So we are currently pumping. Let's look at Polkadot. Polkadot is indecisive right now. Dogecoin is pumping but it's not yet breaking out since nasa baba pa tayo ng 200 moving average. Let's try to look at other altcoins na tumataas ngayon like si Polygon or Matic. So what I honestly can see with Matic is pwede siya mag-pump at around 2.7 US dollars, the previous all-time high. So ito yung next target natin kay Polygon or kay Matic. Actually 2.5 and 2.7 pala. 2.5 and 2.7 is our target for Polygon. So this is actually a small rejection happening. May resistance na nangyayari. Pero we are bullish for Matic. OGN. Let's try to look at OGN. OGN, mm, depende pa din. Tingnan natin yung OGN to Bitcoin dominance. Ito yung way of determining kung magpapump pa tayo or hindi. It's by determining their Bitcoin dominance performance. We might actually get a rejection from this kasi kung titingnan mo si Bitcoin dominance against this one. This is a support area. So we might get, siguro consolidate muna sa area na to. And check this out. Tingnan mo, possible na mag-play around this area muna tayo. So baka hindi mo na mag-pump yan within the next few hours or days. Not until we break this resistance area. So pag na-break natin tong area, saka ulit magpa-pump si OGN. So let's go back to other coins. Cardano, we're at 1.75. Ethereum, Ethereum is still pumping. Actually, para malaman mo yung performance ng mga coins mo, kailangan mo tingnan muna si Ethereum other than Bitcoin. Kasi minsan siya yung nagde-determine ng ano eh, ano yung, siya yung parang representation ng buong altcoin market natin. Sige, let's look at VET. So for VET, so obviously lahat ng altcoins magpa-pump naman kasi nga 'di ba? Andun tayo sa area na sinasabi ko na possible yung ganong movement. Masyadong mababa ngayon si VET. Mahirap mahirap i-determine yung movement niya ngayon. Pero let's try to look at some support and resistances for VET. So yung area na yan, it's a resistance. So pag na-break niya yan, dun tayo magpa-pump. Support. So may support siya dito. Possible na pag na-break niya to, dire-diretso ulit. Pero pag na-break niya yung resistance, we can get a pump for VET. Sige, let's try to look at XRP. Ako kasi personally ayoko na XRP eh. Kasi nga 'di ba, XRP has been pump and dump for the past years, no significant movement. And within those 10 years, never umakit ang XRP above 2 something dollars. Kasi kung titingnan mo yung historical movement niya sa trading view, XRP has not been significant in any of those recent years. So kung titingnan mo to, XRP, you're still at this area for XRP. So yun yung sinasabi ko, pump and dump lang si XRP for the past 10 years. Kaya ayaw masyado mag... Hi guys, kita na ba ulit? So ayun, hindi pala siya sa internet. Dito, apparently, kaya pala nawala yung stream for a moment dahil sa OBS Live. Hindi siya sa, hindi pala sa internet. At first, kala ko internet talaga eh. Pero ayun, nonetheless, Bitcoin is still pumping. Malapit na tayo mag 8 o'clock. So 8 o'clock would determine if ano na ba yung next daily close natin. So ayun, andito tayo ngayon sa... Nagkaroon actually tayo ng rejection pala dito kay 200 moving average. So yung sinasabi ko sa inyo guys na pag weekend, huwag kayo masyadong ma-expect na magda-dump kagad. Kaya lang nangyayari na puro dump during this weekend. It's because of we are in a bearish scenario. Pero let's say nasa bullish scenario tayo. Every weekend might be a pump. So depende siya talaga sa bullish or bearish scenario natin kung asa na ba tayo sa market. So kung yari this weekend is actually monthly close. So possible na mag-dump tayo and then mag-pump bigla ng malakas. Kasi 'di ba, if titingnan natin historically, every first day of the month doon nagpa-pump ang mga coins. Especially Ethereum, doon nagpa-pump every first day of the month. So let's look at BNB again. Ethereum, pumping pa din sila lahat. Cardano, pumping. Dots, pumping. And XRP, hindi pa siya nagbe-breakout. XRP, matagal ko na sinasabi sa inyo na pump and dump lang si XRP. So, hindi ako nag-expect ng na kahit anong move dyan. Kasi 'di ba, 10 years na siyang nasa within the $2 range. 10 years. Inabutan na siya ni Cardano, PNB, Ethereum, Polkadot. So, kaya napapansin nyo, ang mura lang ng gas fees ni XRP. Kasi hindi naman siya ganun ka volatile unlike other coins. LTC, tinan mo, breakout na kasi LTC, si XRP, hindi pa din. Anyway, let's go back in here. So, pumping pa din tayo kay Bitcoin. So, we might actually not get this bounce. We might actually not get a dump if nag-support tayo sa ating moving average na to. Yes, XRP bullish pero papalo ng 2.5. 2.5 na yung maximum ni XRP, hindi nalalampas yun dun. BNB, dinaanan ko na kanina so scroll back na lang. Let's also look at the altcoin index. Tingnan natin ano yung mga coins na nagpe-perform ngayon na maganda at ano yung hindi. So tingnan natin ngayon si altcoins. So ngayon of course Matic is the top coin ngayon. And yung mga weaker coins ngayon is Polkadot, Atom, AVAX, SNX, saka XEM. Pero other than that, as of this day, lahat ng coins are pumping. Si Sushi mahina ngayon, no? Luna, kung may Luna ka, yun yung pinakamahina ngayon. Luna, Cake, BTT, BET. Sila yung mga weaker performer altcoins. So, indicating for the whole month, BNB and BET mahina ngayon sa month na to. Ethereum is still good. For the whole year, Bitcoin Cash, pinakamahina siya sa buong year. EOS, XMR, BSV kung meron kayo nun. Pero usually ito, mga toot coins, ganun, mga mahina. XRP, sasabay lang yun for sure dun sa kung pump na si Bitcoin, magpa-pump din si XRP of course. So altcoin season pa din tayo. Makita mo na above the altcoin season index pa din. And we could actually stay here for a long time. Usually kasi makikita natin na meron tayong rejection. Sa ngayon, small pa lang yung rejection so we might extend this further. So we are actually 9 minutes away from the daily close and for our close, 8-hour close and as well as the hourly close. H-bar, sige tingnan natin si H-bar. H-bar yata yun yung token ng FC Barcelona, 'di ba? If I'm not mistaken. So, if yun Depende yan sa football world kung ganun. Yung ba H-bar? Tingnan natin ano yung H-bar. H-bar price. Ay, hindi pala. Kala ko yun yung FC Barcelona token. Hedera hash graph pala. So yeah, ayun. Looking stable naman siya. So this is actually a good performing coin kung ganun. Let's try to look at Shiba naman. Shiba Inu. SHIB. Weird, wala siyang Bitcoin dominance na chart. Usually meron dapat eh. So dumping pa din and then wala pa tayo sa moving average niya. So no breakout pa din. Mahina pa din si SHIB. Ito yung sinasabi ko sa inyo guys, pag nag-list ang coin, sell the news yan. Every time na may bagong coin, sell the news palagi yun. So palaging dump sila the moment na pinost sa Binance. So ngayon alam niyo na, sell the news. New coin, maganda kung hindi pa siya nalilist. So let's say si Shiba, hindi pa siya pinapost dito sa ating, hindi pa siya pinapost sa Binance. Pwede kang mag-invest muna sa SHIB sa ibang crypto trading wallet. Doon pa lang siya magpa-pump kasi 'di ba buy the rumor, sell the news. So rumor pa lang noon. So dapat doon niya nabili si Shiba bago pa lang na-post sa Binance. Tapos pag na-post na siya sa Binance, saka kayo mag-sell. Ganun palaging sell the news. So we are actually 6 minutes, 5 minutes away. Let's look at other coins. Let's look at Link. May nagsusuggest ng link sa baba. Link is also bumping. So, tingnan natin yung resistance niya. This is actually a resistance area. So, ito resistance. So, pag na-break niya tong $34 area, $43 yung expected next price mo. Pero, if na-break niya lang sa 34, or pwede ding 36, pwede siya mag-resist sa 36. So, yun yung mga price to look out for. If ma-reject siya, we could go down at this area, $30. Wink. Let's look at Wink. Hmm. Hmm. Parang hindi maganda to tingnan na. Pero since above the moving average tayo, kailangan nyo pa din to guys i-monitor kasi tingnan nyo to. May fake out tayo dito. 1, 2. Kita nyo yan? So possible fake out na naman. So kailangan nyo i-monitor to guys kung mababreak niya si moving average. If hindi, dump pa din siya. So tingnan nyo. Pumping tayo. Pero if this breaks, wala. Dump ka pa din. I know, every time na nagka-touch sa moving average, doon tayo nagda-dump for win. Though good coin siya, yun nga lang, hindi maganda yung performance niya. Wala akong sinasabi na pangit ang Shiba. Sabi ko lang, hindi maganda performance niya ngayon. So, may factors siya kung bakit di maganda performance. First of all, Bitcoin. Si Bitcoin kasi nagko-control ngayon. Second, kaka-release niya lang sa Binance. So, usually, pag kaka-release lang sa Binance, sell the news pa lang yun. So, doon palagi nagsisell ang mga tao. So, maganda ang mga new coins kung bago pa lang i-post sa Binance. Doon sila nagpa-pump. Pero pag na-post na sa Binance, saka sila mag-sell, then magkakaroon siya ng short reaccumulation period, saka siya ulit magpa-pump. Alam ko may ganong example eh. Let's try to look at Alice. Si Alice ganon, nag-pump siya bago siya mag-post, pero nang na-post na siya, saka siya nagda-dump. Ganun kasi usually, buy the rumor, sell the news. So ayan na, tingnan nyo guys. Buy the rumor, sell the news. Nung na-post na sa Binance, saka sila nag-sell. So ganun palagi ang performance palagi ng new coins. Sell the news pag na-post na, and then reaccumulation period sila dito bago sila mag-umakit ulit. Sa ngayon, reaccumulation pa din siya. So yun yung palagi nyo intindihin guys. Hindi siya sa ano, hindi siya sa, wala naman siya gandahan ng project kung i-base may performance. Nasa ano siya eh. If kakapost niya lang sa Binance, kailangan mong alamin na it's a sell the news tactic na mangyayari dun sa mga most traders. Ano pa value ng moving average mo? Meron akong 20, 50, 99, and 200. So may iba't ibang ano sila dahilan. So let's look at the daily. So ito yung 20, 50, 99, and 200. So 20, 50, 99, and 200. So nag-aaksila sa iba't ibang support. Kasi first of all, si 20, siya yung support for the short term. 50 is the support for the midterm. And then 99-day moving average is the support for a bigger time frame for midterm. And then our last support is a 200 moving average. So last 1 minute na lang tayo actually. Let's look at chills daw. Chills. So guys, yung mga pinapakita ko dito sa mga charts, hindi siya opinion. They are all based on data. So kung ano yung data na nakita ko, in-interpret ko lang. So chills, we're about to reach its first resistance. So possible rejection siya and nag 8 o'clock na. Tingnan din nga. So pero tingnan mo natin to. So may possible resistance sa kay chills at around this area. Kasi dun siya nag-resist. Support niya pag nag-dump hanggang dito or worst case scenario sa baba. Pero let's look at Bitcoin first. Tingnan natin ngayon sa ano, shorter time frame. Let's say around 1 minute chart. I'm gonna dump everything when Bitcoin hits 48 to 55K. Hindi ko sure kung good move yun. Bagsak ng semantic, diretso ba to? Guys, kailangan nyo muna tingnan si Bitcoin bago kayo tumingin ng altcoins. Wow, tingnan mo yung selling pressure ngayon sa first few minutes ni Bitcoin. Tingnan dito, PSE. May pagkasa pa ba mag-dump? Yup. Pero hindi ako naniniwala na abot ng 20k. Imposible yung 20k. So yun yung mga panic traders ngayon sa minute chart to. Kaya hindi din pala ako nag-sell guys kasi tandaan nyo, every time na nag-short sell ka, you are helping whales to get their target price, their target buying buys, their target buying buy area. Cardano nadaanan ko na kanina. Doge nadaanan ko na. Lowest possible bump of BTC 40 $34 pa lang ngayon. What's the effect of the ETH 2.0 sa current ETH? Depende pa din siya actually kasi hindi katulad yung mga NFT tokens. Nakadepende kasi sila kay Ethereum sa Ethereum network. So kung saan malipat yung trend ng mga iba't ibang tokens, tingin ko doon siya magkakaroon ng effect talaga. Pero sa ngayon, parang wala pa naman. Grabe yung buying pressure ngayon, no? Kanina sell pressure and then ngayon pumapasok na yung mga buy pressure ng Bitcoin. Mag-flip na si MACD. RSI pataas na din. Yep, sobrang crucial lang for our time frame. Doon mo makikita yung mga panic buyers and panic traders. At doon mo makikita talaga yung overall structure ng price movement. Tingnan mo to. Itong 50 moving average for the 4-hour time frame. Andito na tayo sa area na to. Nung nag-dump tayo dito sa neckline, nagkaroon tayo ng pump at the 50 moving average. So, abang-abang na lang tayo dito. Pero kung tingnan mo, hindi pa nga siya overbought eh. Pa, kasi 4-hour time frame. So, pwede pa siya mag-pump kung tutuusin. Kasi tingnan mo to, nung dito sa area na to, itong time na to, almost the same movement tayo. Ang pinagkaiba, nag-overbought siya dito sa 4-hour time frame. Ang problema dito sa atin ngayon, hindi tayo overbought, hindi tayo oversold. So, possible pa din na mag-pump. Pero yeah, depende pa din kung ano yung magiging output niya. Pero as of this moment, we are breaking out of the rising wedge. So, target ng rising wedge is around this area. And then, taas natin siya na konti. 33,000 US dollars. Anong price range ni BTC para malaman kung tapos na yung reaccumulation phase? Ah, para malaman natin siya, it's kailangan ma-break niya itong value na to. Kailangan ma-break niya si 62,000 para malaman mong tapos na yung reaccumulation phase or V-shape recovery. Tingnan natin si Bitcoin dominance. So Bitcoin dominance is still dumping. Let's look at the hourly. Pumping. So this is not good for altcoins. Pero tingnan natin yung mga altcoins. Nagpapump pa din actually mga altcoins. Ethereum hindi. Cardano hindi. LTC looks good. So far BNB ang mukhang okay. Pero ngayon Bitcoin is going down. BTC dump talaga. Actually hindi pa natin masabi kasi this is still no breakout. Pero as of this moment, breakout siya sa ngayon sa rising wedge. So ang kailangan nyo ngayon tingnan guys is itong 200 moving average. Itong purple line na ginawa ko. Yun yung kailangan nyo tingnan guys kasi yun yung nag-a-act support. If ma-break niya to, dun tayo magda-dump. Pero if hindi, dyan tayo magpa-pump. 200 moving average in the hourly time frame. And then confirmation, kailangan mo ng yung 50 moving average ni 4 hours. Yun yung kailangan nyo i-check dito. So, tandaan nyo guys, for 4-hour time frame, kailangan natin ng support sa 50 moving average. And for the hourly time frame, kailangan natin ng support sa 200 moving average. Sa daily time frame, kailangan din natin ng support at dito kay 200 moving average. Bababa pa po ba ang BNB? Sabi ko sa inyo guys, depende kay Bitcoin. So, hindi siya isang bagsakan na sasabihin ko na bagsak si BNB. No, hindi siya ganun. Lahat ba ng moving average nyo, sir, nag-a-support yan lahat? Yup, of course. Tingnan mo to. Kaya mahalaga ang mga moving average is sila yung mga magiging support mo. Short-term support, si 20 moving average. 50 moving average, midterm. Last support for the midterm is yung 99. And then 200 is for the long term. Pwede siya mag-act as resistance din. So guys, generally, if if hindi nyo alam kung ano yung mangyayari kay altcoins, tingnan nyo muna si Bitcoin bago kayo mag-enter into any altcoin trade. Gawin yung habit yun. Bitcoin muna, and then Bitcoin dominance. Bitcoin dominance, kung bumabagsak or tumataas, if bumabagsak, good for altcoins. Tapos kung bumagsak siya, saka ka lang papasok ng altcoins. Tingnan mo ngayon, Bitcoin dumping, dominance is pumping. That means bad for altcoins. So, ibig sabihin, kung gusto mo tumingin kay Cardano, ayun yung nangyayari ngayon, nagda-dump. Kasi nga, dump si Bitcoin, pump si dominance, and then, bagsak si ano. So, madadamay talaga si altcoins. Ayun o, tingnan mo, damay-damay sila lahat. Pero kung gusto mo makita kung ano yung performance niya against Bitcoin, let's say, nakita mo nagpa-pump pa din itong si BNB. So, ang kailangan mong gawin is pumunta ka ng BNB to Bitcoin dominance chart. Hanapin natin yung BTC pair niya. So, ito yung BNB to BTC. Ito na yung kailangan nyo alamin na next. So, initially, pumping tayo, pero ngayon dumping. So, possible na mag-dump na din siya. Weird lang na dito sa BNB BTC, ganun pa din. Let's check the 1 hour. Actually, strong pa din siya kasi taas na, steep ng ano niya, oh. Yung kanyang movement. So, you think we are fucked up? No. We expected this scenario way before. As previously mentioned, we know three different types of scenario. Let's go back to Bitcoin to USD chart. So here, if we're going to check the Bitcoin to USD chart in the weekly time frame, we can actually see three different types of scenario. So the first scenario is the V-shaped recovery. That's scenario one. Scenario two is the reaccumulation phase. And then scenario three is the mid-term bear market, but long-term bullish. So it's going to move like this back before we head into a pump. And that is further supported by the Bitcoin dominance, Bitcoin logarithmic growth chart, growth curve. So let's try to look at the Bitcoin logarithmic growth curve. So medyo matagal siya mag-load. Nonetheless, let's look into this chart again. When the bull run is over, how long will the bear market last? 2 years. But we are not still inside the bear market kasi. Look at this. Bitcoin logarithmic regression band. We are actually inside a super cycle movement. So we are currently at the 30,000 area, so it's around this area. So we are still halfway throughout the market cycle. So that's why I think we are not yet inside a bear market. So this is still a bull market for the long term. So what did you do during the bear market period? Bear market period, actually, first bear market ko yon, and then hindi ko talaga alam ano yung gagawin ko, but ang ginawa ko nun, naglagay pa din ako naglagay. Hindi ko alam kung tama ba yung ginagawa ko nun. Pero other than that, tinry ko manood ng iba't ibang technical analysis video. Nung ko una napanood si The Moon Carl, Benjamin Cohen. And then, nung Corona dump, this was during this time. Yun yung worst, for me, the worst period during my whole stay sa crypto. Kasi kung titingnan mo, nung nag-dump siya, 62% within, actually isang araw lang siya. Ang gulat ako nun, naalala ko na nandun pa ako sa SM Lite. Then, vibrate yung chart ko ng all-time low, all-time low. And then after nun, iniwanan ko na siya. Kinalimutan ko na muna ng time na yun. And then parang after 2 months, nagva-vibrate ulit na nagva-vibrate yung phone ko until sa nakita ko na we are already at this level. It's not actually the worst period to start. It is actually the best period to start during a bear market. Kasi, as what's the usual saying, bull market can make you money, bear market can make you rich. So sa bear market is always the best time to accumulate more and more. Baku prediction. Baku prediction, tingin ko si Lewis Hamilton. Fast pace circuit si ano eh, Baku eh. Posibleng Charles Leclerc, imposible. Ferrari, hindi. Mahina yung mahina ang Ferrari sa fast pace circuit eh. Before mag bear market, maganda po ba mag TP na po lahat na nabodega na coin? Yup. Actually, before a bear market, what you should actually do is do some DCA strategy. So let's try to use 2017 cycle as an example. So every couple of thousands, you should know when to sell. So let's say we have set our personal target at around, let's use the 2017 market cycle. So we should have three exit strategy. So your first exit strategy is your first exit. So let's say you have 30,000 US dollar. You would exit at the 10,000 first. So your first 10,000 US dollars is to be withdrawn at the first area. Second is at this area. And then third, if it did not if it did not went down, I will still you could use a cut loss. Pwede ka mag-cut loss dyan or you could hodl it until you recover the last. So pwede mo siya i-hold na lang yung last. At least taken up you have took out profit during this area and then you could enter at a lower buy rates. One thing to note guys, the halfway part ng ating market cycle, it determines the market bottom. So tingnan nyo to. So the next super cycle bottom is determined by the current halfway point. So 2013 cycle, the halfway point ng 2013 cycle was this one. So you can see that was the lowest point for the next cycle. Same goes with the halfway point ng 2017 cycle. Yun yung naging lowest point for the current cycle. So meaning, the current halfway point would be the market cycle bottom for the next super cycle, indicating that our current price is the best buying opportunity in the next. No, this is the last time that you would buy. You could get the buying opportunity at this level. So we will never go back to this price area anymore in the near future. In the long-term future, as you can see, the data is saying that this is the lowest point possible. If we go down, this is your last chance in buying a cheap Bitcoin. Nonetheless, Bitcoin is just getting started since di pa tayo sure kung ano yung movement niya, if this is a dump or this is a pump. 38,000, so this is a dump. So kailangan natin i-check. So as mentioned earlier, 200 moving average for the hourly is critical. And then for the 4-hour time frame, 50 moving average is the critical area. So for me, my current actions for this movement, hindi ako mag-sell. No, my only options are buy and hodl. It's because, yun nga, this is our last chance of buying. So, short selling, if nag-short sell ka dyan, tapos let's say, nag-short sell ka and then nag-trend reversal, pataas, GG ka. Good luck sa'yo. Yun yung masasabi ko sa'yo. Kaya ako, I would not risk short selling anymore kasi this is the lowest possible point na we could get for the Bitcoin price. We have already reached the lower points, so this is not a good time to short sell. Normally, you would short sell if you are at the peak, not at the bottom. Kailan first buy mo ng crypto? 2017 November. 2017 November, kailan ba yun? 2017 November, it was at this area. My first Bitcoin during the Bitcoin hype at around this area. Minsan nakatempt talaga bumili. Yep, nakatempt. So, as of now, buy lang ng buy. Hindi sell. Short sell, no. Kasi either way, this is already a good buying area. So regardless, why would you sell at the lowest point? Masyado ka ng greedy. Ang tandaan nyo guys, fear and greed ang nagde-determine ng market, hindi news. Yung sahod nyo ngayong cutoff, ilalagay nyo sa crypto. Pinag-iisipan ko. Pero yeah, if actually nalagay ko na yung for this cutoff, in advance ko na via credit card. Mag-stack ng BTC kaysa altcoins. Of course, the end game should be stacking more Bitcoin than altcoins. Kasi if we are back at this, let's say we went back to the all-time high at this area, what will happen in this area? Altcoins will bleed against Bitcoin. So in this case, altcoins would be weaker than Bitcoin. This is a Bitcoin season if nangyari to. Sir, pwede ko ba ilagay 10K all in Bitcoin or Ethereum? Never go all in. I would suggest dollar cost average in entering or exiting. I have a dollar cost average video, which is how to buy the dip. You could check it in the description below, so you would know how to buy the dip. Pag na-hit niya ba yung 200 moving average, yun yung magandang re-entry. Yup, it's a good re-entry. That's good for swing trading. Pero the best buying opportunity is below the moving average. You could actually check my video regarding the moving average. I have a video regarding that. You could scroll down at my playlist. I have a playlist here in YouTube wherein sinasabi ko yung moving average, how to use and how to buy and when to sell in the moving average. So that's hopefully that could help you. May bala ka bang mag-mentor in the future? Nope. Hobby ko lang to, so for fun lang siya sa akin. So tandaan nyo guys, this is all fun games until may malugi. Should we be concerned po ba sa mga taxes? Currently, this is unregulated for in the Philippines. Pero if pinapadaan mo sa coins.ph, technically you are already paying taxes kasi coins.ph is under Union Bank and Union Bank is already paying taxes. Coins.ph is also regulated by the Bangko Sentral of the Philippines. Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas. So, either way, if pinapadaan mo siya sa BSP, it's a good news. So, as much as possible, go for coins PH in exiting. Can Ethereum reach 60K? If yes, how long will it take? Estimated years. So let's look at this chart for this example. So how far can Ethereum go this market cycle and next market cycle? Let's try to compare Ethereum USD. Then let's use the logarithmic chart. So the trend of Ethereum is it follows the previous historical Bitcoin historical movement. So Ethereum peaks when Bitcoin peaks. So in that case, if it Ethereum follows Bitcoin's previous market cycle. So if you notice this, mapapansin mo na this cycle is also the same cycle for Ethereum. If that's the case, this market cycle is also the same with current Ethereum's market cycle. So, so if we're going to check that, if that's what's happening for Ethereum, it would indicate that the market cycle top for Ethereum is around 19,000 US dollars. If we follow this exactly, 19,000 for this market cycle, so within 2021. Pero let's say 60,000. When can we reach this 60,000 mark for Ethereum? So in order to get that, tingnan natin. Let's check how long, sorry, that was my alarm. Let's check how long Ethereum was able to match this price. So during this period, it took Ethereum around 129 weeks. And then the second halving naman, it took Ethereum around 121, 126 weeks. So from the bottom halving, so we could expect 126 weeks before we reach. No, kailangan natin i-consider yung bear market. So bear market, so it took us around 172 weeks. So if that's the case, if nag-reach tayo dito sa market cycle top ni 2017, so we could say around 4 years kasi 2024. So we could expect around 4 years before we can see a 60K Ethereum. But still, that's a big movement kasi if sa current price, let's say you bought Ethereum today and hold it for 4 years, 4 years, guys, 4 years, you are still up 2,280% for Ethereum. So tingin mo ba may chance na mag-flip Ethereum and Bitcoin? I don't think so. Masyadong malakas yung Bitcoin. Not unless makatch up ni Ethereum tong price. Anyway, let's siguro end the stream in about 5 minutes. Let's go back into the Bitcoin price. We are getting supported by 50 moving average, pero let's look at 200. Let's hope for a bounce dito in the next hour. Sino-sino trusted mong YouTuber when it comes to cryptocurrency? Benjamin Cohen, Satoshi Stacker, The Moon Carl. Crypto, 50-50. Ang dami niya kasing hype. Pero good din naman siya. Shoutout tayo, sure. Shoutout kay Calvin. Ganda po kalaki binababa ng altcoin sa bear market. During a bear market, times 2 ang bagsak ni altcoins kay Bitcoin. So, if Bitcoin dumps 83%, expect times 2 mo to kay altcoins. Ganun kalaki. Of, how do you feel about Bitcoin Cash as it follows Bitcoin chart? Of course, all coins will follow Bitcoin chart regardless. Do you think it's a good long-term hold? I don't think so kasi let's look at the altcoin season index. So altcoin season index is saying Bitcoin Cash is one of the worst performing coins. BCH, worse than Bitcoin over the last year. I don't think so. This is a good coin. Normally, where you want to put is the best performing altcoin, which is Ethereum, BNB, Cardano, and other types of coins. So what price goods mag-entry if di ma-hit yung 32K dump? So ito yung sinasabi ko palagi guys, dollar cost average kayo palagi. Huwag kayo mag-abang ng lowest dump. Kasi kung hindi, let's say nag-trend reversal bigla tapos hindi naabot yung dump nyo, hindi naabot yung target buying price nyo, mapapag-iwanan naman kayo. So always look for the best support area. So let's say 36, 34, and then 32. Dollar cost average palagi. Anyway, let's end the stream for this time. So thanks for watching this live. If you find this video informative, please give this video a like. If you want to share this live to your friends, to your families, share them. If may gusto kayong topic na gusto natin pag-usapan, comment them down below. And if you want to see more signals na pinapost natin like the rising wedge and other types of signal, if you can follow our Telegram, Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook group. Link is in the description below. And if you want to see more contents like this, please subscribe for more. And as of now, Bitcoin is dumping, but I believe this is still hold. This is still a hold since we are still inside the moving average and we are still inside this support. But nonetheless, I think this is still holding. Yes, you could rewatch the live, so the replay will still be posted here in Facebook, here in YouTube, and you could check each time frame kung ano yung mga gusto nyo tingnan. So, yeah. Thanks for watching and subscribe for more and see you in the next video. Bye-bye.